By the power of Neverland! Okay, Neverlanders, I've got another toy box review I wanted to share with you. This time, this was called The Quest of Prince Philip, and it is by CCRunner524. And this is part of a Sleeping Beauty challenge that I wasn't aware actually that was going on until I'd taken a look at this. So I decided I would give this a try, and I do like how they did set this up here. I am speeding through, but I liked how Maleficent showed up and treats you as your Prince Philip and gives you the entire speech from the original animated classic, telling you all about how, yes, in 100 years I will release you, and then she'll be ready for you then, and you'll be old, and ha ha ha. I love the fact that they give that little speech in there. And then, of course, the three fairies show up. Now, as you see, I did grab my lightsaber and my Buzz Lightyear blaster, but the toy box actually wants you to use the Pirates of the Caribbean Voodoo sword. So I did go ahead and grab that because I am willing to play along with these toy boxes. And I did overall think this was pretty well made. I like the design of the castle. The problem I'm having here, and you're seeing some of this, I'm sure, right now. They set the camera up where, and granted you can move it around, but I guess it's kind of similar already what you see in the Toy Box Takeover, where the camera is kind of high above and at a bit of an angle. Right now I'm running into a wall. But I didn't really like this camera mode because, I mean, granted, yes, I can move the camera around, but I was constantly having to rotate the camera to be able to see what's happening. The walls were really high around it, and, I was constantly getting behind a wall. Also, at some point, I did change my ranged weapon over to the Pixar ball. But you'll see here shortly that Star Wars characters actually make an appearance as enemies, which seemed really out of place. But as soon as they popped up, I was like, okay, forget using this sword. I'm grabbing my lightsaber. But yeah, this is me trying to, find a good angle to maybe make a jump or something. And I spent most of my time looking at a yellow diagram or, yellow shadows through a wall. And I don't know, I find it difficult to play that way. I really don't like it. I think a lot of things could be changed with this of simply making the camera use the default setting, what follows behind you, and you can rotate around and you can always kind of see what's going. I'm not even a big fan of the Toy Box Takeover or even the Kiln from Disney 2.0 where you have that fixed angle, but when using that angle, I have noticed, and here's where I went and grabbed my lightsaber back out because I saw, oh look, we seem to have people with Star Wars blasters. But with the Toy Box Takeover, they seem to manage to make it where you're not constantly having to rotate around. I don't know, it just seems to flow better when using this sort of camera. I don't think it works very well for what they've built. And they've really built a very neat and elaborate setup here. But, with all the extra bits, I'm constantly having to move the camera around, and while I'm taking my finger off of the attack button to move the camera around, it's a little bit annoying. I like the variety of enemies they set up with this. Some of them look like, I think they are the actual goons in kind of a miniature form. Some stuff from Star Wars and everything. So, I mean, it does kind of mix things up, but, some of the enemies they put in here don't seem to fit with the story that's kind of going on. Now, if they were just kind of doing their own thing and it was original and they had a reason for maybe this castle having Star Wars characters in it and stuff like that, or something like that, or even characters with the capability to fire a blaster, I think that would have flown a little bit better to me. But overall, the level design is pretty good. It's just, like I said, suffers from bad camera angle. Now, as you see me fight through this, there is something else that really kind of bugged me, and it also still has to do with the camera angles. Oh, look, I leveled up. If you could see, I haven't really done a whole lot with Woody. He's currently, I think he just hit level 10. I'm trying to use the 1.0 characters a lot more because they really don't seem to have much use for them once you get on past anywhere. And I really would like to see them add some special moves to the 1.0 characters. But I'm going to level up real quick here. I think I leveled up at least twice, and I do enjoy the battle levels for that sake of being able to level up, collect a lot of sparks and things, and mixing that with a few other puzzles and things like that. I'm not a big fan of platforming myself, but when done right, it can be a lot of fun. So I'm going to just let this play itself out. You can watch me go through this. I think I'm going to speed this up so I can talk to you a little bit about the problems I had with the next phase of this. The unfortunate thing, of course, is I'm using a PS4, and they only let you record about 15 minutes of gameplay, so I can't show you the entire box. I had to stop around 15 minutes and jump out and just go ahead and share this and grab the video. So you don't get to see the much after the Briar Woods, kind of maze that they've built up, which is actually very, very cool. I appreciate that they did it, but there's definitely some camera problems on that. Let me show you those camera problems I had right here. Okay, so it switches, of course, to the same camera mode as I'm going into a maze, and as you can see, it's difficult to see, once again, because I have these walls, and I'm turning into a yellow shadow, and I can't see what's going on in front of me. I would much prefer to have had the camera behind me as I wandered around this maze, because, see, they've put little traps and things in there, but I can't see them so well. So it's really, it's like they put a lot of effort into making a quality setup, but not really thinking about what it's going to be like for the player. See, there you saw that I was stuck on something, and I couldn't see that I was running into an object, until I moved the camera around. And the real problem I have seen with how this ended up working out, there's all kinds of time I just can't see exactly what I'm doing other than a shadow, but I don't know if there's any objects in front of me. There are pits that if I fall into, it's instant death. Right here, I've got to make it, at least I can turn the camera to get it past that difficult jump. But the main problem, and where I kind of got stuck and decided I wasn't really keen on this one, is right up ahead. Oh, there I am getting stuck on something I couldn't see again. But right here, there was some platforming required. And I find it difficult. Oops. I find it difficult, though, to set up the jumps. I didn't like starting from the very beginning either, but I find it difficult to set up jumps when I can't see that well. So that is my real beef I have with this. Overall, though, I think it's worth checking out. I see it is part of one of the developer picks, so it is a contender. So go and check it out. Once again, it is The Quest of Prince Phillip.